GM everyone, welcome to another episode of Investing Analysis. Let's get into it. First of all, BTC reacted really well from yesterday's 4-hour imbalance as well the 50 EMA on 4 hour, and at the same time this was the support on daily 50-day moving average. So that's why in yesterday's investing analysis I stressed upon the importance of 71,000, and if being more precise 70,500 to be defended by the bulls in order to go higher, right? So as far things for now is concerned, we can see the H4 gap was closed, filled by a candle close inside it, and it's trading now inside this specific gap. But oftentimes we experience whenever first candle closes inside this gap, we see some immediate rejection, and then later on this fills this gap completely, right? Because whenever price fills this gap with a candle close, this means the price wants to fill this specific gap completely by 100%, right? So any drop, any dip towards 71,500 or even 71,000 should be bought aggressively by the bulls if this is going to go higher and test these specific highs. Some sort of price action like this that we experienced in March 2026, we had impulsive candle and price filled this gap with one candle, initially rejected and then later on filled it completely. So you can expect something similar price action at this specific area. If it rejects 71,000 or 70,000 should be the areas to look for scalp longs and TP this gap high, right? That's it for the BTC. Looks good for the short term as the fundings remain negative, means people are shorting and we are on the right side of the trade that's being bullish, right? As far DXY is concerned, it opened with a wick below, and it's below its SNR level, below the 50-day moving average on daily time frame, which is good for now for your risk assets and financial markets. As far this piece of shit remains below 99.2, expect your risk assets, your financial markets, your indices to go higher, right? Similarly, oil opened at 102, the US oil at the CME open, and now rejected heavily from this specific zone. And I posted in morning's investing analysis inside my Twitter. This piece of shit should close below the specific gap, and then again this will range inside the same 90 to $100 range. So the more this piece of shit ranges, the more it's bullish for your risk asset. As far Ethereum is concerned, in yesterday's investing analysis, I really explained in detail how this looks a very valid breakout for me. It's above its key SNR level, above the 50-day moving average, holding good. So this means as far it is above this 2160 level, it wants to go higher and test these specific highs. I have included this in my portfolio also, but that's only valid for the Discord subscribers, right? So let's get into the on-chain data before cutting it out. The fundings, I refreshed it because in the morning, inside my morning's investing analysis, this was positive, which turned now negative, which means in this specific move, those retail traders are shorting again, betting against the recovery. So we are on the right side of the trade, right? So another piece of shit came in market. This RAVE, whatever this is, this building heavy funding rates or the liquidations, the below current price. You can see perps are moving the price higher, liquidating those longs as well shorts on any pullbacks and move further, right? So don't know when this piece of shit will top, but one thing is very clear: in the next few days you will be seeing this piece of shit go like this with big red candles. So stay away from this such shits. This is only to make you FOMO and make you take bad decisions with your risk assets, right? So do not trade such piece of shits based on your trading emotions, right? Similarly, we have negative fundings on this. It will drop, don't know when, but whenever this piece of shit will drop, this will trade like a shit coin. Similarly, for the BTC sell side risk ratio at its extreme low levels, indicating this zone to be the potential bottom, right? Expect it to go higher in the very midterm. And I remember in one of our investing analysis, we had discussed how the stablecoin risk ratio was increasing sharply from these specific zones. And I told you whenever price was around $66,000, how this is bullish for your crypto because money is entering your crypto market, and that was extremely bullish because whenever money flow enters your crypto market, this moves your crypto much higher. So now it's aggressively moving higher from the beginning of the bottoms from which we experienced in 2023 as well 2022, right? So that's a positive sign for BTC. The short-term traders continue to distribute while the holders continue to accumulate. We are on the very right side of the trade. We are allocated in the market. BTC sentiment index quite low. indicating a potential bottom in the very mid-term, right? As far the quadrant model is concerned, inside the leveraged rally, and we have the negative fundings on value data, which confirms that retail traders are again massive shorting this specific recovery, which indicates or which gives me more bullish thesis and makes me more confident with my specific bullish bias as far this piece of shit remains above 71,000 level, right? As far for my swing orders, I'm already long from these areas 68,500. But if it comes in case if market allows, if it revisits this specific zone, I will be re-adding my longs, right? So as far for now, I'll be watching for scalp longs as I discussed in the beginning of the video. So that's enough for today. Make sure to rewatch it and make sure to make your notes and trade with proper risk management. Thanks for watching.